everyone! Today I am going to be doing a 5-star predictions video for 2020, but before I start I would like to say that I am filming again after I've come home from work, so if I look disheveled more than usual, that'd be why. Also, I am aware that the lighting is very overexposed, but I don't know how to fix that. But there's my cat, so it should make it all better. So I have never done one of these 5-star prediction videos before, but I think it was like 2 years ago, Books and Lala did one of these on her channel, and then at the end of the year she reacted to it after she'd read all the books to see if she actually gave them 5 stars or not, and I thought, that looks fun, I want to do it, and so here I am. So I've gathered a list of quite a few books. Oh, my cat is leaving now. So I've gathered a list of quite a few books that I plan to read in 2020. Some of them I own, some of them I don't, and we're just gonna go through them, talk about my reasonings as to why I think I'll give them 5 stars, and then at the end of the year, after I've hopefully read all of these books, we can react to it, and by we, I mean me, and see if I actually gave them 5 stars. So let's just get started. So the first book on my list is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. My reasoning for hoping to give this 5 stars is that I absolutely adored The Lunar Chronicles and Heartless. Basically every single book I've ever read by Marissa Meyer, I've pretty much given 5 stars, and I feel like this one is going to be no exception, even though I'm a little bit nervous because this is a bit different from her other works. Her other works are very like fairy tale related, which I love, whereas this one is not a retelling of anything, at least I don't think it is, and it's more on the side of like sci-fi but like superheroes. I think it's very much like heroes versus villains kind of story, but I'm still super excited for it, and I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I'm pretty confident this is going to be a 5 star. Next on my list is Nevernight by J. Kristoff, and this is another one where all of the works I've ever read by this author I have just loved and basically given 5 out of 5 stars. To be fair, I've only read the Illuminae files, all 3 of them, and his short story in Slasher Girls and Monster Boys, but I adored all of it, and again, I've heard nothing but great things about this, and I'm just, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a 5-star read. I'm very excited for this. I wanted to read it last year, but I just never got around to it, so this will be the year that I read this and hopefully give it 5 stars. The next book on my list definitely has the most stupidest reasons as to why I think I'll give it 5 stars, and that is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Here's the thing, this is a historical fiction book specifically set during World War II, and I don't know why, but like, maybe because I didn't really like to learn about it in school, but books set during like wartime I just never really was into, so I've never really been interested in picking up books set during that time period. However, this book I have heard nothing bad about, and it's probably bad to just assume based on the hype that I will give this 5 stars, but it is set in Paris, and I have been obsessed with Paris ever since I was a little girl. Like, it is my dream to go to Paris more than it is to go to Disney World, and I want to go to Disney World pretty bad. Y'all know I love Disney, but it's been my dream longer to go to Paris. So because it's set in Paris, also because my name is on the cover, I feel like this is going to be a 5-star read for me. So I'm pretty excited to pick this up, even though it's historical fiction that I wouldn't usually read, but I'm hoping that means it'll be one of those surprising books. The next book on my list is one I don't actually own, but I do plan to read it this year, and that is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson, I think is the author. Yes, and this is the first book in the Remnant Chronicles, and this book, I think it's like fantasy, maybe high fantasy, I'm not really sure, but I do know that we follow a princess who runs away on the morning of her arranged marriage, and the prince is after her, and there's also an assassin after her, and I think it's told in like alternating perspectives between the two guys, but you don't know which one is which, and that just sounds absolutely fascinating. This is another one of those books that I've heard nothing but good things about, so I am pretty sure I'm going to love this book, and I am super looking forward to picking it up sometime this year, hopefully really soon. The next book on my list I also don't own, nor has it actually come out yet, and that is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This is the new prequel book to The Hunger Games, and I absolutely adored The Hunger Games, and I have been waiting ages for Suzanne Collins to write another book, even if it wasn't a part of The Hunger Games, but the fact that it is a part of that world makes me even happier, and I am so excited to read this book. The only thing that makes me a little nervous is I'm pretty sure I heard that supposedly it follows Mags, like her story of the Hunger Games, and she was not one of my favorite characters, but I'm hoping this book will make me love her. So yes, I hope this is a 5-star read. We will find out at the end of the year. So my final 5-star prediction for this video is The Lord of the Rings. So kind of 3 books in one. I have wanted to read these books for pretty much my entire life, but I've just never gotten around to it because the writing has always been pretty dense for me and hard to get through. But even though I know I'm not going to fully jive with the writing style like I would with any modern day book, I still think these will be 5-star reads simply because of the story and the characters. I grew up watching the films, and I know there are so many people who love the books and really didn't like the films. I grew up watching them, so I love them, and I read The Hobbit and I loved that one as well. So I feel like even though the books and the movies might be different, I think I will still love the books just as much as the movies because I grew up with that story. I grew up with those characters. Like, when I was a kid, I feel like because I like Disney so much, a lot of people thought I grew up like really admiring the Disney princesses, but like the female characters that I wanted to be when I was a kid was like Arwen and Eowyn, and I thought I was going to marry Legolas, and I dreamed of going on adventures with Aragorn and Gandalf and all that stuff. So I just feel like these will 100% be 5-star reads because just the story and the characters is going to be so nostalgic for me. So yeah, I really, really hope I get around to at least reading The Fellowship of the Ring this year. Like I said, the writing is pretty difficult for me, so I'm hoping to at least get through The Fellowship of the Ring, but I would love to get through the entire trilogy this year. We'll just have to see. So yeah, those are my 5-star predictions. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. Let me know which ones I should start off with this year. And then at the end of the year, we will look back on this and see if I actually gave these 5 out of 5 stars. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in my next one. Bye! Book dust.
You hear that, Samson?